Hey, Craig here. Welcome to another episode of Pro Football Today. It is Monday, June the 6th, and we're getting closer. Each day we're getting a little bit closer to what is training camp and the start of the NFL season. But not a lot going on in the NFL world. Romeo Crennel announced his retirement from pro football. There's other small signings going on here and there. But what I'm going to talk to you today is about a list that I came upon. It is the all-time franchise record for season rushing touchdowns. There's a lot of these that are very, very interesting, and we're gonna take a peek at some of them. All right, we're gonna start right at the very top. LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, 28 touchdowns in 2006 for the Superchargers. What an amazing season from LT. I remember that year he was just so dominant. They just turn around and give him the ball and run up the sideline or dive into the end zone. A fantastic year for LT. Second to him is Shaun Alexander in 05. LT broke his record for the Seahawks. Priest Holmes, 27 in 03 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Priest was amazing. He kind of led this revitalization of running backs there in the early 2000s. It was him in 03, Alexander in 05, and then LT in 06. All those guys were just so dominant. Emmitt Smith in 95 for the Cowboys has 25. John Riggins, 24 with the Washington, let's still call them the football team. How about that? In 83, he had 24 touchdowns for Washington. So that record stood until 95, and then Emmitt broke it. And then Priest Holmes, Shaun Alexander, and LT. Terrell Davis, 21 touchdowns in 98. Jim Morris, 21 for the Giants in 85. Earl Campbell, 19 in 1979 for the Titans. And Jim Taylor, 19 in 1962. So, if you keep looking at that list up there, the Titans had Chris Johnson. They've got Derrick Henry. They still have not passed that 19 touchdown in one season by Earl Campbell. The Cowboys, you thought Zeke was going to have a chance, and he has not done it yet. The Broncos, TD is still their best running back. The Giants, 21 touchdowns with Joe Morris. You really thought that Saquon Barkley was going to get close to that. If he stays healthy, gets that burst back, he could break that record. Here's an interesting one for you. In 10th place is LeGarrette Blount, 18 touchdowns and 18 for the Patriots. I know they have Tom Brady, and I know they throw a lot, but they ran a lot there. Their problem was they had 6 different running backs carrying the ball, not one kind of bell cow back there. For the LA Rams, Eric Dickerson and Marshall Faulk with 18 apiece. AP Adrian Peterson with the Vikings with 18. And 18 from Jonathan Taylor with my Colts. So that's an interesting one too. Eric Dickerson was here for a minute. Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James, Joseph Adai, all these great running backs, and Jonathan Taylor has had the most touchdowns in a year. D'Angelo Williams with 18 for the Panthers. Jim Brown with the Browns, 17. And LaShawn McCoy with the Eagles with 17 as well. So a lot of those interesting tidbits there to look at as you continue down. Alvin Kamara with the Saints with 16. Barry Sanders with 16 for the Lions. OJ with 16 for the Bills. Ricky Williams 16 for the Dolphins. Bryce Jones-Drew 15 for the Jags. Franco Harris 14 with the Steelers. Ickey Woods 15 with the Bengals. So a lot. Walter Payton 14 with the Bears. I thought that would be more for Walter Payton, but you kind of look at that list and there's a lot of Hall of Famers, a lot of all-time greats on there, and then there's some that just haven't broke that record yet. So this is an interesting list to kind of look at the single season rushing touchdowns. It's still LT, Shaun Alexander, Priest Holmes, and then Emmitt and John Riggins. Okay, so we're going to look at quarterbacks real quick. We're going to look at quarterbacks in the NFC North. And we may be looking at them saying, what are we talking about here? But these 4 teams are in really, really interesting positions. You got the Packers that have Aaron Rodgers. Apparently he's committed for a few years. You got Jordan Love sitting on the sideline. I was thinking leading up to the draft, Jordan Love would have been a great addition to this team or this team. We don't really know who he is. We really haven't seen him. The Packers gave up some to move up. They've had him as a backup, and Aaron Rodgers has kind of spoiled that, right? He's stuck around. He is the MVP 2 times in a row. He is the face of the franchise now. And it's his team. So what happens with Jordan Love? You look over at the Lions, and what do? You know, they are in a really, really weird situation. They've got Jared Goff. Jared Goff is one of those guys that he just may be good enough to get you fired, right? He can do some good things, but then he can do some really bad things. He is one that you really kind of look at and say, okay, the contract is huge. He is, he's still a younger guy. Let's see here, Jared. Age. He's only 27, so he's still got some time to continue to develop. But we kind of know who he is, right? We kind of know he's this guy that can kind of manage a game, but then turn it over and not really make the throws, but he's really kind of an enigma of what do we do, you know? So the Lions, they got to kind of make a decision this year. I think that they're really going to put a lot of pressure on him to figure out if he's going to be their guy or not. He's not their guy. I don't think he is. But I don't think they're ready to turn that page. And who do they have? So they've got Dan Campbell there. He's ready to bite some ankles. He's ready to get them fired up. But they got to figure out what to do with Jared Goff. So Packers are cruising with a good backup. The Lions are kind of in stall mode, adding some talent, but they don't really have a quarterback. The Vikings want to go all in 100 miles an hour and catch the Packers, but Kirk Cousins is their quarterback, and everybody tells me Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback. He's fine, right? He has a really good game and then a really bad game. He's kind of all over the place, too inconsistent. He'll might lead to the playoffs, but he's not going to win a Super Bowl. So the Vikings are right there kind of spinning their wheels. And then the Bears, Justin Fields, played well, played poorly, played well, kind of injured. What do you do with them? I mean, he's only played 1 year, so you got to give him a chance, but is he the face of that franchise? Are they going to be the team that catches the Packers with this young stud quarterback? So we're going to look at the different divisions every single day. This is just the one I picked. What's the quarterback rankings in the NFC North? Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers, 6,000 miles, and then do you put them all together? You almost put Justin Fields second because he's so young and so talented. Do you put Kirk Cousins ahead of Jared Goff? Probably. So then you're looking at Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions. And is that how the division's going to turn out? It might. The Vikings might move up because their roster is better than the Bears. But I think I trust Justin Fields better than Kirk Cousins. I may be crazy for saying that, but I just don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't think that he's going to get the job done when it's necessary. So that's a quick look at the NFC North quarterbacks. Let me know what your order is below. I think it's Rodgers, then Justin Fields, then Kirk Cousins, then Jared Goff. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you think below. All right, that's it for us. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Pro Football Today. We really appreciate you. Again, Pro Football 99 on the Twitterverse. We're going to continue to do these videos every single day. ProFootballToday.net is the website. We're going to start putting some more articles up there. There's just not a lot going on. Romeo Crennel retired. A lot of these rookies are still signing their deals. We're trying to figure out who's excused, who's coming. Jimmy Garoppolo was excused from 49er camp. That was a big deal today. I mean, he's hurt. He's doing rehab. Why would he be there? Kenny Moore here in Indianapolis is in town, wants a new contract. Cooper Kupp said that he is the best slot corner, so that really helped him as he tries to get a new deal. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot of more news coming as we move forward. So we're going to talk quarterbacks the next week or so, and then we're going to get into our team preview. And we're not going to do team preview of let's look at everything across the board. We're going to look at the high-level free agent, or the high-level additions, the high-level subtractions, coaching changes, maybe some different things going on within the organization, and we're going to try to see what might happen. But it's the NFL. You have no idea what's going to happen. You think the Packers are going to go, 14-3 or 15-4? I'm sorry, I can't do math apparently. You think they're going to go 14-3 or 13-4, something like that, to win the division, but one or two key injuries, a couple bad plays here and they're a 500 team. Who knows? Who knows what happens? So it's going to be interesting. Can't wait. Football's the greatest sport out there. Can't wait for training camp, and then we'll be off to the season. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do have a playlist for all these videos, so check all of the previous episodes out, and we will talk to you tomorrow.